Hello everybody, Tiffany from Dragonflyer Studios here with you today. It is Sunday. I missed my Saturday deadline. Weekend got crazy and got away from me before I knew it. So here I am. It's Sunday in beautiful, sunny and hot Texas, United States. For those of you that aren't here in the States with us, thanks for watching. I didn't realize I had some international viewers, but I'm excited that I've gone, I guess, global. That's a pretty big deal to me. So thank you all for watching. So yeah, it's Sunday here, so good afternoon. It is afternoon, or good morning, good evening, whichever it is that you're watching. We're back with the Catching Fire series that I've been working on, and some of you may notice this little guy right here, this journal. I've been working on it some off camera. I'm not doing a step-by-step with this one. I'm just trying to work through it and take my time with it. But today I was going to do some corner tucks, and I came up with a little idea that I thought some of you might not know about, and so I thought I would share it with you. But I want to show you some changes that the journal has undergone since last you saw it. I have gone ahead and covered up the author and the, I can't remember what was down here, publishing company, I think it was. Anyway, so just the Catching Fire title will remain intact, and then of course the Mockingjay. I came up with an idea, and I googled it, I Pinterested or whatever, and a couple other people have done things like this with ribbon and stuff, but I really liked my idea of coming up with a chain clasp for journals. So I just this is just a lobster claw, and then I added this little feathery dangle. I think it's made out of, I don't know if it's glass or if it once upon a time was a rock that someone carved. I don't know. I found it junkyard, junk sale, yard sale, something like that. Anyway, so I just punched a couple of holes in the covers of my journal. I reinforced them with eyelets, and they're pretty sturdy. Added a couple jump rings, cut a piece of chain, and there you have it. And I made sure that I cut it so that as this guy starts to expand, he's got some give in his chain. You know, whether or not it gets that big, that's fine. You know, then it'll just hang down like a little piece of jewelry. So yeah, that's a different way to enclose your journal. I know I had originally done a jute string with some beads on it, but I noticed it was starting to wear right here on the cover, and opening and closing these guys, especially if you actually use your journals, if it's not just meant to be, you know, a conversation piece or a piece of artwork that lives on a shelf somewhere. If you're opening and closing them, you want to make sure that your closures are gonna survive the ride and the longevity. And also this kind of kicks out of the way. You know, if you're writing or something, it's not encumbersome to the journal. So let's see, what other things. We did fold outs last episode. There you go. And I went back and added a couple of just little punch out tags to the two that have the edges that are out here. The one that has the edge, let's see, where did he go? The one that has the edge on the inside, we'll get there eventually. Obviously I can't put a tab over here because it's going to get all mucked up. So I just left that one tabless, but there's that for you. And let's see, did I add anything else? I don't think I did. I just went in and added some tabs. Oh, I've started stuffing this one, so I hide little treasures and stuff that I usually don't put on camera. You might get a glimpse of them in a flip through, but otherwise I like to surprise the person who purchases my journals. I did add some thumb tabs to some pockets. I haven't really done a whole lot that you haven't seen. Like this guy is new. So yeah, I just there's just some things. Oh, I did glue in some actual envelopes that I've made. This one sticks out and acts as a little tab. There's another guy in here somewheres. But anyway, on to today's topic, which is some envelope tucks. I'm just going to set him aside so he doesn't get gluey and sticky, because, you know, it's a madhouse in here sometimes. So what we're making, or what I'm making, or I guess have made for my journal, is these little corner tucks. And let's see, this one goes here and here and here and there and there. There's supposed to be 6. Oh, that's because this one's stuck. So I've got 6 of these guys, and of course my theme for this journal is red, so these guys are a little bit more embellished with red than I'm used to working with. But I really like the way that they all turned out. I used some of the same papers across all of them. Can you see them all? They're not all on frame. Here, I'll show them each to you individually. So they're meant to kind of go as pairs. They won't be on the same page, but they will be in the same signature. So there's these two. this little punch out, this little VW Bug punch out somebody sent to me in the mail, and I was like, oh, it's red. What a great way to use it. So here's this guy, these two, and then there's these two. So yeah, so I started messing around with folding paper and was like, oh, this is a great versatile way to use a text page, so that you can create tucks on all four corners of a page. So like if this is your journal page, let me grab a marker. For those of us that are visual, when I say a tuck, if this is your journal page in your book, a tuck is like a half of a pocket, and you can do them many ways. The ones I'm talking about right now go in the four corners. Right, love my drawing skills. I'm a much better artist than this, I promise. So there's also a side tuck that can be added along here. There's a top tuck that could be added along here, and of course these could be triangular shaped too. There's a bottom tuck. I tend to not put tucks over here because assuming this would be the spine of my journal, you start to tuck stuff in there and then you take the chance on rupturing your spine. So I usually keep my tucks out to here, and if I'm gluing here, you know, I always leave that space next to my spine, just so that I don't actually accidentally rupture a stitch, or separate the whole signature from its spine attachment. So yeah, but these ones right here are what I'm talking about and what I'm creating for the Catching Fire journal. So that's what we're gonna go with. And I will do top tucks and side tucks and bottom tucks in another video if you are interested. So yeah, if you're new, hit that subscribe button and you'll catch wind of all of my my new content that comes out. I'm just removing the margins off of this page of text. I'm just trying to get it so that my pockets don't have any white spaces, so to speak. You don't have to do this, but this is the method that I choose. Okay, so what I found out was once you have this, you can take this page and fold it in half. You might need to do a little bit of measuring, but for the most part, these are pretty universal. And unless you've got a smaller than usual journal, like usually journals are 5x8 regularly or 6x9, but if you're working in like a 3x4 or a little mini journal, then you're going to want to measure because these won't fit. So I just creased this, folded it in half, gave it a good crease, and then I'm just going to rip it. I didn't use any scissors, creating the basic layout of these pockets. So what I found out was, instead of cutting this to make the triangle, I created, let's see if I can get one to show you without a backside here. So what I figured out was, as I could fold it, and depending on what way you fold it, like if you go this way with it from left to right, I'm just using the lines on my mat as guides. If you go left to right, you create a tuck that could go bottom right hand corner or upper, don't want to get off camera, upper left hand corner, okay? If you go right to left when you fold, you have a tuck that could work in your bottom left hand corner or your upper right hand corner. Now, I personally don't use text if it's upside down. Now, it's your junk journal, you do what you want. If you're okay with that, my analytical brain says text must go upright. So that's what I work with, and that's what I'm stuck on. However, if you don't care, if it doesn't bother you, it bothers me. If it doesn't bother you, then you know this thing could go here, 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 or here. However, for what I'm speaking of, this will keep your text upright. So you could go there or there, or, nope, they got to switch. There or there. So yeah, this one goes from here to here, and this one goes from here to here. Okay, is everybody confused now? Because we're doing the paper shuffle over here, and you guys are like, oh my god, she's driving me bananas. But there you have it. So a simple little fold. Now you could come back and you could tear these down if you didn't want this little butterfly wing edge going on here. I particularly like them. I also use those as my glue lines. When I glue this into my journal, I'll come in and I'll only put glue here, and I know that I have this entire edge right here to use as a tuck for wonderful spaces and things that that you might want to tuck into your journal, like journaling cards or pictures or postcards or recipes, or I don't know, that movie stub from your first date with that really cute guy 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It's your journal. You do you. So anyway, I'm so bossy. What I'm going to do is I went ahead and created all 6 of my tucks. I kind of got carried away, and I was like, oh wait, I should have done a couple of those on camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a couple of generic pockets. These are pockets now. They're pockets and they're tucks. I'm going to go ahead and create a couple of generic tucks that I keep on hand. I have a drawer. I'll show you. I have a drawer of things that I, if I'm crafting and creating and I get a little, I don't want to say carried away, because it's not a bad thing. Hold on. Here it is. I have this little drawer that I keep wonderful little bits and bobs in, like my giant. So these are things that I was just playing around in the studio and had some scraps, and so I was like, oh hey. So like I said, you could come in. This is a page that I've taken a perfect square and I folded it in half, so it's quite a bit thicker all the way around. But yeah, it's always good to have some of these on hand as you're creating. My journals very rarely have a theme. This is the first one I've done where color is kind of a running theme, and that's mostly just because of the title of the book and the cover of the novel that I used. But my journals tend to be eclectic. Their colors are all over. You might have red on one page and you flip it over and there's purple on the back side, or I might go from yellow to black or green to blue, or whatever strikes me in the moment. So yeah, but I keep those on hand if it's an idea. If you got a rainy day and a bunch of text pages that you've ripped out of a book, because let me tell you, they pile up fast around here. So I'll sit down with a stack of old books, and I'll just start ripping pages and gluing together, and the next thing you know, I've got a good stack. I need to replenish my drawer. You'll have a good stack built up that you can pull from, and you might just glue them and toss them aside, and then pull them out as you need them and embellish them then in whatever color or style or design that you determine is the way you want to go. So I'm going to see what I have in my little punch out container here. I haven't been messing with my die cutting machine too much, so I don't have a whole lot, but let's see what we do have, shall we? Ooh, I have this beautiful black butterfly. I really like that. So let's use him. So yeah, and he's got a little damage whenever he was punched out. Some of his coloring came off, but that's okay. It's all just paper. It doesn't really matter. So there's a couple of ways. This little point, this little butterfly edge that I call it, because to me it looks like the indentation of a butterfly's wings, so I call it a butterfly edge. It's great for if you're worried about centering stuff. Some of us have things have to be just a certain way in order for our day to go on, and if you're one of those people, then this is a little trick that you can use to keep things on center. Otherwise, just go to town and glue stuff down, whatever makes you happy. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to start off by gluing these together. And the other thing that I wanted to tell you is, let's see, for like this guy here. So if you're going to use him as a top tuck, like here, let's bring over my glue book for an example. So if you're going to use him for a top tuck, what I would do is, nope, you can't do it that way. Oh, no, never mind. Moving on. That idea didn't work because the fold is on the wrong side. You know, best laid plans. Okay, so I'm just going to go over here to my glue book. I know I'll be off camera, but I'm just gluing. I'm just making sure that the insides of these, so I just put glue on one flap. I don't run it all the way to the edge because that edge is going to be sticking out, and then you take a chance on gluing it to your board, and we don't want that. Alright, gonna do the same thing here. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day here in Texas. I get to go do my least favorite errand of all, and that is to do some grocery shopping later, so yay. But, you know, the 12-year-old needs to eat. Let's see, this guy's gonna go here, and this guy's gonna go here. Nope, that's upside down. Almost did it to myself. Okay, so once you determine what direction you want your tux to go, decorating the backside, there's pretty much no point. So I'm gonna go ahead with this guy, and I'm gonna do both of these in black. At least the distressing I'm gonna do in black. Hey guys, if you're watching this, do me a favor, leave me a comment and tell me where you're watching from. You know, nothing specific, just give me a city or a country or a state, Providence, wherever it is you're at. I'm always curious, especially more so now that I found out that some of you are from out of the country. I would like to say hello and see where you guys are at. You don't have to, but if you don't mind, I would appreciate it. I do answer all of my comments. I have some wonderful followers that I like to. Unfortunately, the only way I know how to chat with you is through the comment section, but I like chatting with you guys. And thank you. There's been a couple people who've offered me tips on how to do things differently. One of them has saved me some time and effort. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Okay, so there's that done. And then I think I'm going to add the butterfly to the upper tuck. That's really pretty. I like that. Okay, these guys are really hard to add glue to, so what I do is I put the glue on the page, and then that way I know it's really nice and secure. I tried to glue one down the other day and ended up destroying it because my fingers got so sticky that I ended up pulling it apart. I felt bad. Alright, and there you go. That's a pretty simple one. These don't have to be elaborate. You can make them as simple or as decorated as you want. So yeah, there's that one. Just a beautiful little piece to add some decor to your journal page and whatnot. It's really nice to decorate up pages like that. Little utilitarian. This is a little sticker somebody stuck on an envelope that they sent me. So I thought, oh hey, that might look cool on the edge of a piece of paper. So let's see, what do we got here? This is a piece of wallpaper. I have a stash of wallpaper. You guys have seen my walkthrough video. You've probably seen the bucket of wallpaper that sits over here next to my table. I'll pull out a roll every once in a while, cut me off a strip, because it's easier to keep a strip of this in the scraps bin over here. My scraps bin is that way. My rolls of drywall. Why does that want to come out of my mouth? My rolls of wallpaper are right over here. So it's easier to pull out a roll and snip off a piece rather than trying to mess with the whole roll at once. So this has kind of got a little bit of a black and white beige tan flower piece thing going on here. I don't know that I like that. I like this though. I really do like that. Okay, so bear with me while we figure out something to add to it. What if we just came in with a simple stamp? So I've got this set of stamps here. I really like this butterfly moth. I don't know why I'm channeling butterflies right now, but we are. I think it's a butterfly. It might actually be a moth stamp. I don't know, but we're going to go with it. There we go. Let's see if I can ink it up with my black dauber. Nope, not enough ink on there. Let's see if I can do it on here. I don't think that's going to give us the coverage like my chalk stamps do. So what if we do this? Oh, maybe. Oh, looky there. A lot more ink on that bad boy than I thought. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of give this a little bit of a mosaic. Seems to work better if I push rather than rub. Oh yeah, look at that. I don't want to put ink on my board. It's has a tendency to be difficult to clean off. All right, one more. Okay, there we have it. Changed the whole look of that text behind there with that mosaic. Can everybody see that? Everybody see what I did? I just took that stamp and just stamped randomly. One of the great things about junk journaling is going off the edges really gives a different look than if you were to stamp like right in the center of something. It doesn't create such a boxy frame. I think what I'm going to do, this is just a little sticker that someone put on a piece of Happy Mail that came to me. And I'm just going to cut off the white piece that I saved around it because now I don't want it there. Yep, I like that. Okay, so what if instead of cutting out a flower like that, what if I just brought this pattern over? Does anybody else hate grocery shopping? I hate grocery shopping. It's not difficult. It's not hard. I just hate doing it. I have to do it every week. Let me tell you. They don't tell you in the parenting manuals is it 12-year-old boys? Whew, they put away the food. Alright. So yeah, I like that better. It breaks up the black and white and it gives the little black frame on there. And I think that's all I'm going to do to this one. I really like the simplicity of these two. So I don't have a journal in mind for them to go into, but now that I know that they're there. Anybody else have more than one journal being made at one time? I can't bring myself to work on just more than one at a time. I work on little individual projects for those journals more than one time. At more than one time. Can't talk today. Oh, alright. So there we have it. We're just going to add that to that. My fingers are getting black from the ink. So there we go. So we've created a bottom left and an upper left hand tuck. And if your journal is big enough, you could put tucks on all four corners, and then that way you've got lots of little tucking spaces and storage spaces for whatever have you. But yeah, there's my two butterfly / moth themed pieces in black and white. I'll give those a chance to dry before I put them into my backstock drawer over there. So yeah, the next time you see Catching Fire, he will have his, no, don't stack those. He will have his corner tucks in. So I will show those to you the next time that we meet. This one will go this way, and this one will go this way. I created this with modeling compound. I'm going to do a how-to video on how to use modeling compound. I don't know if it will translate well, but yeah, it doesn't. These are raised. This is a textured word that's on there. So this one will go this way. This one will go this way. I really like that flower. And this one will go, nope, this one will go this way. And this is also textured on here. This is also made with modeling compound. So yeah, different ways to embellish and accent your junk journals. So if you're new, thanks for tuning in and watching what it is I have to share. Hit that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a share, send my link along to somebody who might find my channel helpful. If you're returning, I'm so glad you're back again. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, this is Tiffany. Bye.